At Boise State Public Radio, we understand that not everyone is able to give financially. Did you know there are other ways you can give? We are looking for new volunteers to add to our ranks and have a variety of opportunities.
Who wants to volunteer?
If you're interested in a hands-on volunteer experience, visit our website under the Support tab to find out more at boisestatepublicradio.org.
Thank you to all the staff and volunteers who are part of Boise State Public Radio.
More Idaho Matters now from the studios of Boise State Public Radio News. I'm Gemma Gaudet. To celebrate America's 250th anniversary, we wanted to discover more about Idaho's history and the places that we see and touch in our daily lives. So we teamed up with the city of Boise to take a deep dive into the history of the capital city, and we did this one small piece at a time. Every Monday, if you remember, leading up to the 4th of July, we brought you our America 250 Short Histories of Boise project. It was a snapshot of a small corner of the capital city and its unique past, and we went everywhere, from Sargent City to the Barber Valley to Chinden Boulevard to the Alaska Building in downtown. We wanted to find out how the series went, so we invited back city historian Ashley O'Hara with Boise's Department of Arts and History, Tim Griffith, a graduate student in Boise State Masters in History program, and Emily Tagarrett, a former Boise State student who worked on the project. I want to welcome all of you back to the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. Again, just also thanks for collaborating with us on this project and bringing it out to across Idaho for all of Idahoans and visitors to listen to. It's been really, really awesome. That's the only word I have.
Yeah,
I have
thanks
to
so much
say,
for having
it
us.
was
It's been great.
Yeah, I have to tell you guys, it was such a pleasure to work on this project with you, and I learned so much. So, Ashley, remind us why the city of Boise wanted to do a project like this.
Yeah, so last year, which seems so long ago, but the city of Boise, especially within the Arts and History Department, we were thinking about ways to connect the American Association of State and Local History's 5 themes, which are Unfinished Revolution, Power of Place, American Experiment, and We the People, and Doing History. Those themes were to discuss and share about the America 250th anniversary of our country. So this was one of the projects. Its origins began with conversations within our department, as well as Dr. Bob Reinhardt from Boise State's History Department, their graduate 502 class, which is a public history class, and got to work with Emma and Tim on this, where they did research on place names all throughout Boise, not just downtown, and researched the history. And then we all wrote scripts, and then you guys helped us with that. But these place names are here to just reflect on our shared history and to really celebrate the people and places that helped create Boise in the past, but also give us this shared sense of place in the now. And that really shapes our lives today. And I honestly think too, as well, they help envision this future that we hope to create together. Yeah.
And Tim and Emma, as Ashley said, you were part of this class at Boise State. So you did a lot of the research, you helped write the scripts. So Tim, let me start with you. Did you have a favorite episode of the series?
Yeah, as a skier myself, it's kind of hard not to say the Bogus Basin episode. I kind of associate freedom with skiing. And so for these guys to come down and hear the story of Pearl Harbor, and then next year go off to fight fascism was pretty poignant for me. So I'd say the Bogus Basin one.
And Emma, what about you? Did you have a favorite episode?
Mine was probably also the Bogus Basin one, mainly just because of the military history aspect of it. But I also really liked the Sargent City episode as well. So I think both had really good stories and just showed like the history of both places very well.
Ashley, I'm curious, what has the response been to the series? I mean, what have you guys heard from people?
Well, not just from you guys, but from people at the city. personally, I've had friends and family that have listened, as well as going on your guys' website and being able to read them as well. I think that's been really helpful, not just for accessibility and things like that, but people really love them. It's especially if they're from that neighborhood. From what I'm hearing, like, oh, I live over in the Collister neighborhood and I heard about this. Or, my favorite one with some friends that I have was the New York Canal. And so just
Yeah.
you randomly see the New York Canal every so often as you're driving around the valley. And I had a friend who talked about just learning how long it took with the New York Canal, with 30 years construction, and then how long it is. It's 41 miles. Those just little historical tidbits, I think, make people realize like how much it takes to support our agricultural community here, but also these growing subdivisions that are around the valley. And so being able to hear it and read it, I think, has been really great for sharing our Boise's history throughout Boise, but also the state and out of state.
I have to say, I learned a lot about Boise, right? I mean, the New York Canal, definitely, and how it got its name, but also like Protest Road. I drive that road a lot. So to learn the history of it was fascinating. And so I'm curious, Emma, was there something that surprised you about Boise's history when you were doing the research?
Yeah, actually there was. I was born and raised in Boise and in Idaho in general, and I knew very little about it. And I was actually talking with a family member of mine, and she said, "Oh yeah, that is like exactly where I lived," and like it just had like the connection, the familial connection that I just had, and it was surprising because I'd never thought that like I would have that connection to these places, to these especially to like the bench place names.
So, Tim, can you talk to us about some of the sources you used in your research? Because you really had to dig into the history of these spots around Boise.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of great newspaper articles I was able to find from past statesman articles from, back in the 50s even. In the Boise or in the Albertsons library, there are a lot of great books in the McCain reading room, just about the local histories of the area. So yeah, it was great to find these sources and to be able to take people's words and try to craft them for the radio.
So, Emma, I know that you have, I believe, have graduated. So, what's next for you?
I am actually going to become a teacher, so kind of doing history and teaching in the Treasure Valley. So kind of connecting it all together as a whole, and not just like specifically doing Boise or where I'm at now. So like just a combination of everything.
I love that. So, Ashley, we have just about a minute left. I mean, we know that
Yep.
this series was really popular for us, especially online. How are you feeling now that it is all wrapped up?
I feel really good about it. I think it opens the door for more histories to be uncovered, maybe some that we're not really aware of. And so I definitely recommend emailing us at the Department of Arts and History and giving us your ideas. I think that there's definitely space to do that. But I also want to give a big shout out to the Boise Philharmonic as well for providing the music. Something so simple, but I really loved hearing the music as the episodes aired on Boise Public State Radio. But yeah, I think overall it was a great series. I know our whole department enjoyed it. People in the city enjoyed it, and just really proud of it.
Well, we are too. We've been talking with City of Boise historian Ashley O'Hara with Boise's Department of Arts and History, Tim Griffith, a graduate student in Boise State Master's in History program, and Emma Tegarrett, a former Boise State student who worked on the series as well. We've been talking about our America 250 Short Histories of Boise project, and you can still explore these little corners of Boise history on our website. Just go to boisestatepublicradio.org and look for our America 250 project page. And that'll do it for this episode of Idaho Matters. Make sure you check out our podcast feed because you can find more episodes of topics that might be interesting to you. And for more local news and headlines, make sure you subscribe to the Connector podcast. If you learned something from this episode today, share it with someone else who needs to know about it.
Each story you hear on Planet Money starts with a question. What happens if we refund tariffs? Why are groceries so expensive? At NPR, we stand for your right to be curious because the forces shaping our world can be hard to see. Follow NPR's Planet Money wherever you get your podcasts and start seeing how the economy really works.